Hi, everyone. It's Emily here from Wise Woman Witchery, and I am here today continuing our theme for the month of November of talking to amazing women who are small business owners who are making crafty things in the world. And today I'm here with Alisa Plath, who is the owner and operator of Simple Mountain Time. She makes some pretty amazing earrings that I'm madly in love with because I love all things big jewelry. And anyway, so she's here to talk with us today. So hi, Alisa.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
So awesome. So tell me a little bit about your company.
Well, it's just me. It doesn't feel like much of a company. Sorry, my dog's going crazy in the background. You can hear his little feet on the hardwood floor. So my company is just me making earrings, sitting at my kitchen table.
Cool. Well, how did you come up with the name Simple Mountain Time? What's that about?
So the name actually came out of a joke / like funny moment you had to be there that happened a few years ago with a couple friends of mine. It was actually a misunderstanding. I misheard something that one of them said, and I thought she said Simple Mountain Time, and then it turned into this joke about my favorite time zone, which doesn't exist in the real world, but exists in because I really love the mountains and hiking and backpacking. It's sort of my happy place. So when I started doing this and I needed a name, it kind of just developed out of that.
Well, and I would imagine making jewelry is kind of like Simple Mountain Time because it's quiet and it's that sort of meditative, like that stillness that you can also get when you're out hiking and in the mountains, only you're not in nature.
And it's definitely a very slow, time-consuming process, and being in the mountains for me is definitely where I can slow down a little bit and get a little quiet.
Nice.
Yeah.
So where did you learn to do this work?
I actually taught myself. I used to love beading as a little girl. I never did any super complicated or intricate patterns. I just really loved having the stuff. And then it sort of faded away, and I picked it up almost 2 years ago. And it kind of, honestly, I don't really know why I decided to do it. It sort of came out of a need to rediscover my creative side. And also, I really love big earrings.
Me too.
It's also kind of a selfish thing because now I can make earrings for myself. So I started really doing it recently, or after a move, basically, right after a move, and I sort of needed a new hobby and something to focus on. I needed a project. Very project-oriented person, so it was a good thing for me to pick back up. So I watched a couple YouTube videos and sort of took it from there.
All right. Well, can you show us some of what it is that you're creating?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a little lineup right in front of me. So I'll show you. These are my current favorites.
Yes, I can see why. How long are those?
These are about 6 inches long. So here, I'll hold them up or I'll put them on for you. I'll post pictures and I get a lot of people saying, "Oh, those are a little too long for me."
No, those are perfect.
But I really like them. Those
are beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, these are my current favorites.
I love them. I can see why they're your favorite. So you learned how to do to make those circles in the middle. You learned that on YouTube, or you just sort of crafted it on your own as you were going along?
So basically what I learned from YouTube is just the pattern on the top, how to do the bead weaving on the top. All the patterns and the colors and everything are just what I come up with.
Okay.
I don't know how well you can see the top part.
I can see the top part. I can see the whole thing. I mean.
Okay, perfect. The bead weaving pattern is what I had to like teach myself to do.
Uh-huh. Wow.
And then
Do
I'll
you do
draw
all that
out.
by hand, or do you have a loom?
No, it's all by hand.
So how long did it take you to make those earrings?
Oh gosh, probably altogether for a pair of earrings this size, I'd say 7 hours.
Wow.
6 or 7 hours. I'm really bad at actually sitting down and timing myself because I tend to get up and like flip around and so yeah, but the bigger ones definitely are pretty time consuming.
Yeah.
Do you want to see more?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course I do. I want to see all the things.
I've been doing some landscape ones.
Ooh, cactuses.
These are my desert ones.
Those are cool.
A little smaller than the pair I just put on, but these are my cactus ones. And then I've been doing some, here, I'll hold up 2 at a time. I kind of pulled out a lot to show you. Just some hills, some hill landscapes.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, the lighting is kind of, I don't know how about, oh, there we go.
Those are cool.
Thanks.
I feel like I'm being very repetitive using words like cool and neat and wow, but I'm slightly awestruck by the amazingness of like just those earrings.
Yeah, it's fun.
Very fun. Show me more.
Okay. These are different than the other ones I've shown you. These are
Ooh, I like the blue.
A little, not, I don't know what the word is. Asymmetrical, like the fringe isn't even on sides. So ones like these are a little more simple to make because, as you can see, the pattern's not as intricate.
Right.
One of the most time-consuming things for some of the other patterns, like, let me see, this one is a good example. Especially when you get into the fringe part, is just getting the beads to line up. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so sometimes I get kind of stuck on like, you know, they have to be at the right angle and everything has to be even. So ones like this are definitely a little more time consuming.
Now, are you using glass beads? Is that what those are?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're glass seed beads.
Okay. And what are you stringing them on?
So the thread I use is nylon thread. It's just beading thread.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to say hi.
Oh, hello. Is he your assistant?
He's the mascot. Slash assistant. Yeah, so it's nylon thread, and then the beads are all glass.
And how are they secured?
With teeny tiny little knots. So here, I'll hold up another one to give you an example. So the woven part on top is all typically just one piece of thread.
Uh-huh.
And then when I'm done with just the triangle part, I'll weave the thread throughout the beads, and then I'll typically end up at the top with just a little knot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just stays. And then I'll weave another longer piece of thread throughout the top, and then pull it down to do the fringe. And then basically end the same way with that too. So generally, if I measure it right, which I don't always do, each earring is 2 pieces of thread.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah. When I first started, I really didn't like having to weave the threads in, so I would try to do it all with one piece, and it would just be like 20 feet long, just like trailing across the living room. And I definitely would get things knotted up a lot. So I've sort of settled on the 2-piece version, and it's working better.
It's trial and error.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I love what you're doing. I mean, those are just really incredible. And what everybody out in the world does not know is that I've known you for a really long time. And so I actually happen to know that Alisa is extremely creative in many different ways. And it does not surprise me that she's creating something so beautiful and intricate, because she's really good at doing that. She has a really big gift of making things beautiful. So that's a true thing about you, by the way. But yeah, I'm excited to see that you're doing this and that you're bringing these creations out in the world where people can like totally rock them. And so I'm going to have to get some earrings so I can rock them. Yes. How can people find you, Alisa, if they're interested in your creations?
You can find me a few different ways. I do have a website. It's simplemountaintime.com.
Okay.
I don't list everything on there. I'm actually kind of bad at doing that whole side of the business. It's sort of a chore for me. And so my website is a little minimalist most of the time, but I am on there. You can message me on there. You can look at what I do have listed. I'm also on Instagram for people who do the social media thing. Also just at Simple Mountain Time.
Okay.
I tend to post a little bit more on there, but also sometimes I'm not the best at it. All that technology stuff.
So if somebody was interested in like, oh, I want to see what you have inventory, could they like private message you then, or message you through your website or through Instagram, and then just be like, hey, tell me what I'm looking for, something in this color. Do you have this?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably the quickest or easiest way to do that would be either a message through Instagram or also email me, simplemountaintime@gmail.com. I'm doing more craft fairs, especially now that we're ramping up for the holidays. So I will be a few places in the next few months.
And do you have those listed on your website or on Instagram?
I don't. I tend to post about them. I'll probably start listing them on my website, but as of this moment, I don't have anything up there.
Okay.
But for Sonoma County folks, I'll be at the Goddess Crafts Fair in Sebastopol on December 7th and 8th.
Cool.
Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm planning on doing another one down in Oakland on November 30th. It's the Head West Marketplace. And they're on Instagram too, and I'm sure I'll put posts up, and if people have questions about places I might be, if they want to see things in person, yeah, I'm definitely reachable.
Awesome. I'm also curious about like if somebody were to hit you up and be like, hey, I want to do a special order for somebody in my life. You know, how long would it take you for turnaround time for something like that?
It depends a little on how busy I am at the moment, but I'd say typically give me at least 2 weeks or around 2 weeks. That'll vary a little bit. If someone contacted me today, I could have them done probably in a few days, but that could change.
Right.
So yeah, definitely plan on at least a couple weeks. I'm still trying to sort of set up my boundaries around custom orders. I really like doing them, but I'm trying to just get really clear on my communication with people. So at this point, I'm asking for people to pay upfront. Because I put a lot of time and energy into every pair that I make. And if I'm doing a custom order and I have to go buy a certain color or something special for them, I want to make sure that, everything's in place before I actually put the time in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so if somebody were to order them and you say, okay, we have about 2 weeks before I can have them completed. And then what about shipping? Like, are you looking at another week or so at least in the US?
Yeah, in the US, typically, depending on where they're going, I'd give it between 4 and 7 days.
Okay.
Normally. I would imagine closer to the holidays, it would be a little longer than that.
Okay.
But,
and that's why I'm asking, is because, so what a great gift to give someone.
Yeah, I'd say definitely if people are thinking about holiday stuff, to contact me, as soon as they can, but before, early December. Trying to be generous with my time, but
Totally.
A reasonable amount of time.
Yes. Cool. Well, is there anything else that you want to share? Are you just making earrings at this point?
Oh, my veggies are going off. Hold on, I have to turn off the oven.
Well, folks, you know, life happens while you are making videos.
That was gonna happen. What was your question?
Are you just making earrings right now?
Oh, yes, mostly. I do make pendants every once in a while, and I'm gonna start playing around with doing, I wanna do some little cactus pendants. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, yeah, earrings are my number one.
Excellent. Cool. Well, I hope that everybody who's watching this will definitely take some time to check out simplemountaintime.com and check out Alisa's amazing creations. So thank you for taking the time to chat with us today.
Of course.
I hope your veggies didn't burn.
Nope, they're going to be perfect.
Excellent. And you can find all the information for contacting Alisa or contacting me below in the comments of this video. Thanks for joining us today, wise women, and thank you, Alisa.
Thank you.
All right.